New Year. Okay, as usual, so before we start our class this morning, first everybody, please physically, mentally be relaxed. Sit very comfortably. Then you focus on your breath in and out for a few times. And direct your mind within your body. You should not think what you need to do after the class. You should not think what you have done this morning, what you have did yesterday. Just bring your mind in TBC and within you. And ask a simple question yourself. You yourself ask a question, why I am here? Why am I here? What's my uh, purpose to be here? Then there will be only two answers. Most of you will answer, I'm here in Tibetan Buddhist Center to study Dharma, to study a guide to Bodhisattva Way of Life. Some of you answer, I'm here to practice the Dharma. Both answers are very correct answer. We gather here, we come together in Tibetan Buddhist Center to study Dharma, to learn Dharma. Then, what does mean study Dharma? What does mean the meaning of studying Dharma? So we are studying, we are learning, we study, we learn about our inner world. We are not studying, we don't study what's going out of our minds, what's going in Singapore, what's going in Malaysia, Thailand, India, Europe, in samsara. We no need to learn. There's no reason learning about this thing. We need to learn about our inner world. Mainly, we need to learn about our minds. Why it is so important, also it is so crucial to learn about our inner world. According to Buddha teaching, according to all the Buddhist masters, they always explain us, mention to us our sufferings, the happiness, contentment, uncontentment is mainly come from our mind, within our minds. Therefore, study Dharma means learning, understanding where the sufferings are come from, where the happiness are is come from mainly from the mind. So we have to study our mind. After study for a few days or few months or few years, then we're going to realize some of you already fully understood my sufferings is come from within me, mainly from my minds. My happiness, which is I'm always searching, are also come from my minds. This means, we are here to study Dharma. Suffering come from where? Happiness come from where? How we can end the suffering? How we can achieve happiness, ultimate happiness, liberation, omniscience, everything is come from within us, within our minds. This one quite easy to understand. Second, what does mean? We gather here, we come together in TBC to practice the Dharma. What does mean practicing Dharma? Then, different people have a different answer. Some of you may think practicing Dharma means lots of recitation, long hour chanting, 100 times or more than million times prostration. Every day recite different sadhana. Yes, those are, part of the practicing Dharma. Those are not the actual Dharma. If you only recite million times a mantra, if you chant few days, few months, your whole life, if you do only chanting, if you do millions of time prostration, at the end you're going to realize my ignorance is still there, my anger is still there, my attachment is still there, my disturbing mind is still there. I'm not really happy after I have done all these, practices. That means from this point, from this reason, then I'm going to say, you're going to believe these are the part of the Dharma, not the actual Dharma. Because been doing all these practices for long times, many years, I haven't changed. I'm same as 10 years ago and today, my ignorance, my attachment are same, maybe more stronger. Therefore, those are the part of Dharma, not the actual Dharma, actual, practice. Then somebody going to answer, what does mean practicing Dharma? Surely many of you say, you think, yes, meditation. Only meditation is not, Buddhist practice. Meditation or mindfulness, concentrations, samadhi, those are a common practice between Buddhists and non-Buddhists, particularly Hindu. So both Buddhist and Hindu, they both practice mindfulness, samadhi, meditation. Those are not kind of the pure Buddhist practice. If somebody going to say not only meditation, samadhi, meditation or meditating on impermanence, meditating on emptiness, taking refuge, yes, then your way of thinking, your believing is much closer, your understanding is more clear about practice, Buddhist practice. So if I ask why you are here, why we, came together in TBC, how you can say we gather here to study, not only study and practice Dharma. Practicing Dharma have to be transform your understanding, transform your thoughts. Also now, at the end of the snake years of the snake, very close to the beginning of the horse year. So we have to do simple reflection. 1 year ago, how you were look like. Physically, you can say I'm quite same. Maybe you become little, skinny. Maybe you become little bit heavier. Not much difference because you know very well how to take care your body. You cannot see, lot of changes based on your body. But still, you can see, physically, you are a little bit changed because every moment we are getting older. So when you reflect based on your practice as a foundation, as a Buddhist, the differentiation between Buddhist and non-Buddhist mainly differentiate based on taking refuge to Triple Gem, not just taking refuge, because the Hindu, Christian, Islam, Jewish, other who follow religion, everybody take refuge to the God, to the Bhagwan, to the Allah, to the kind of spur, natural things. So the differentiation between Buddhist and non-Buddhist, we must differentiate based on taking refuge to the Triple Gem. If you compare your refuges compared with 1 year ago and today, do you feel you are believing or taking refuge is become more uh, stable, more stronger, more powerful or not? You answer yourself. Average of us taking refuge almost same. Mean you don't have a good progress in taking refuge. How we can, have a progress in taking refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. In the past, for example, you just believe Buddha is, my excellent teacher. After 1 year, you must have a more stronger belief. Buddha is only the person, only the being who can refuge, who can save me from the suffering and the cause of suffering. You 100% have must have a trust in Buddha. Do you have? Average, we don't have. For example, when you have a physical or mentally suffering, you are not so happy with your life, you are facing some difficulties here and there, certainly you are forgotten taking refuge to the Buddha. You are taking refuge to the symbol like deities and gods. Therefore, you check, do you have a good progress in taking refuge in Buddha? Then also you must reflect, taking refuge in Dharma, have you got good progress or not? Most of us, average, we cannot feel you have a good progress in taking refuge in Dharma. Based on knowledge, based on study, yes, you can feel, you can understood. Yeah, my understanding of Dharma is become more, deeper. I have a better understanding of Dharma, but you don't have a, better practice Dharma. Then how we can check, oh, I have a great progress in taking refuge in Dharma. One day, you really can feel all the problems I have, any kinds of problem, physical problem, mental problem, even any kinds of problem and suffering, only solve or only overcome through practicing Dharma. If you have this kind of belief, then I can say, you have a good progress in taking refuge in Dharma. Therefore, first, in the next 2-3 days, you must have a do some reflection. You have got a progress or not much progress taking refuge. Then the second important one, believing in law of causality. Generally, yes, we are fully aware, we are fully understood. In order to grow beautiful like a flower, we need all the necessary condition. Otherwise, we cannot grow, we cannot have a beautiful flowers. Missing certain condition, we won't have a beautiful flower. This one, everybody fully aware. But we come to believing in law of causality based on karma, we don't have. as a Buddhist, even the Hindu, also they talk about karma, gram or karma. Particularly, we Buddhists always believe in karma. We always talk about karma. If you really believe in karma, positive karma brings positive result. Negative karma brings negative result in this life or in next life. You will really believe, 100% believe, then when you engage into negative action, you feel so scared because you engage with negative karma, I will have the negative consequence. So when you engage into positive actions, you must have a sense of joyness and happiness we don't have. Means we are not 100% believe in karma and the result. Also, next before Chinese New Year, you must do some reflection, believing in karma. Now come to the third, the most important one, taking refuge. One, then believing in karma. Third, the inner transformation. That according to Buddha teaching, the Buddhism is the only for inner transformation. Clear? Inner transformation. Even though you are very high practitioner, physically, people cannot see you are physically transformed. For example, in the common example, think about Milarepa. When he was practicing in the cave for many, many years, physically he became more weaker, looks more ugly. You cannot see physically he transformed, he was changed in the positive way. But mentally, yeah, he really, every moment, his mind is transforming, neutral to positive to ultimate positive. And then finally, his mind totally able to transform at the actual path. Since you believe in Dharma, since you study Dharma, since you've been practicing Dharma, have you found your mind is, start to transform, already transformed, fully transformed? Yes, none of us can feel my mind is totally transformed in a positive way. That means we just study Dharma, follow Dharma. We are not actually practicing the actual Dharma because we cannot see, the progress in transformation. We cannot feel my mind is transformed, my mind is totally changed. For example, 1 year ago, you are very angry, you are still very angry person. Mean you haven't changed. 1 year ago, you are very aggressive person, still you are same as 1 year ago. Therefore, we should not just spend our time with reading books or recitation, chanting. We try to be transformed. Then now is the question, right? How I can be transformed? How? Yes, if you follow the Dharma correctly, if you follow the path correctly, then within 1 year's ending of the whole year, you can feel you are changed. Your mind is changed. Your mind is transformed. Also, your friends and family can see mentally you are transformed, you are changed in the positive way, not the negative way. Right? Then how we should transform our mind? All the Buddha teachings taught by Buddhas, all the teaching taught by Indian Buddhist master, Chinese Buddhist master, Tibetan Buddhist master, whatever teaching taught by Buddhist master are only for transforming your mind. Clear? Only for transforming your mind. So how we should transform the mind? Therefore, so today we do a short revision what we discuss. First, non-Buddhist to you transform as a Buddhist. Second, you are Buddhist, just believe in Buddha Dharma, follow Buddha, then you are transformed, you are changed as a Mahayana, practitioner. Correct? You can say non-Buddhist to Buddhist, the Buddhist to Mahayana Buddhist. So here important, if you believe someone is Mahayana practitioner, if you believe yourself, I'm Mahayana practitioner, you must do one practice, which is bodhicitta. Clear? Bodhicitta is the kind of boundary. If you have bodhicitta, you are Mahayana practitioner. You don't have bodhicitta yet within your mind. You follow Mahayana teaching. You follow, Buddhist Mahayana tradition, but still you are not Mahayana practitioner. You are still out of the Mahayana path. So, practicing bodhicitta, having bodhicitta or not, is the boundary. Not only just boundary, bodhicitta, bodhisattva or non-bodhisattva, also many of us, we are very happy to practice higher Tantrayana, Vajrayana. Again, the bodhicitta also become kind of foundation to practice Vajrayana. Therefore, in our life, we very much need to focus on generating, practicing bodhicitta. Every moment we must practice bodhicitta. Every moment we just generate bodhicitta. Then one day bodhicitta can be grow within our mind. Then you as a considered as a bodhisattva, you as a considered as a son of Buddha or a child of Buddha, bodhisattva, then you already, uh, begin your journey to Buddhahood, bodhicitta. Then, not only bodhicitta, second is come the important one, the wisdom, which is realizing emptiness. Only practicing bodhicitta, we cannot, achieve, we're not going to achieve the fully enlightened state, the complete Buddhahood. Because you have only one, the left wing. You still don't have the right wing, which is the wisdom. Wisdom. Also, wisdom has a different, level. Generally, yes, if you know which is good, which is bad, you have a wisdom to judge this is good, this is bad. And good and bad also is very much depend on the culture, tradition, environment, and habits. Right? For example, drinking alcohol, is it good or bad? Answer me. Taking alcohol is good or bad? Neither good Not bad. Like drinking juice. Is it good or bad? We cannot say good, we cannot say bad. But according to, if you take in the precept, then taking alcohol consider as a best based on your practice. Still, we have this kind of wisdom to make a judge. This is good, this is bad. Eating, a lot of food is bad. Eating food is not considered as a good or bad. Everybody have to survive. This kind of wisdom not it depends on the Buddha teach. It not depends on any kind of advice. Everybody naturally have this kind of wisdom. Even though you can see the bird, they know how to survive. For example, when you in Singapore, because weather is almost same, the temperature is same for 12 months. When you go to Himalaya, like northern part of any country like Europe and America or Western country, you can see the bird. Summertime they fly where the weather is warmness, nice, available all the food. And then late of the autumn, they fly somewhere. They know how to move. They know where they can get food and drink. They have a wisdom. So based on Buddha teaching, the wisdom considered as a more close to understand the reality of the phenomena. So do we have the second, the types of wisdom can see things are as it is. Do we have this wisdom? Do we have? Yes, some of you have, some of you no have, may not have. The simple thing, we everybody, have a lot of confusion to see things as it is. For example, the attraction between male and female. Actually, we don't see that reality of the person. So what does mean wisdom? Your mind, your understanding have to be more closer to the truth, closer to the reality, like impermanence. Do we really understand impermanence? Do you really understand impermanence? Yes, you can see like something growing up and exists for maybe a few hours, few days, few years, then decline, one day disappear. It's very simple. Everybody knows. What does mean understanding or realizing impermanent means we have to realize everything changing what? Momentarily. Everything is changing momentarily. When you really understood everything changing momentarily, mean everything is kind of moving very quickly, very fast, faster than the light towards ending. That means your life, your families, your friends, belongings, everything is changing momentarily to the end. If you really understand impermanence, the subtle level of impermanence, one day you lose your dearest, like person, you won't feel upset. Because you already knew, right? Many years ago, it's going to be happen for everybody. You won't have upset and, feel lost something. The second, we need a wisdom to know things more, things, vivasa is some to know things more closer. At the end, the finest, the finest reality is what? Emptiness. So many years, right? We have been hearing emptiness. When we chant Heart Sutra, we say, form is empty, emptiness is form, right? We always chant. Do we understand emptiness? Do we have a kind of the gross knowledge about emptiness? We don't have. But when I say you don't have, you should not feel, oh, I don't think I can practice Dharma. No, when you realize I don't have the understanding of emptiness, realizing emptiness is so important, then you will think about, right, how to understand emptiness. Then, based on bodhicitta, we need a wisdom which realizes emptiness. When we have this both, then easily can say, based on the Buddha teaching, based on the engaging in Bodhisattva way of life, the guide to Bodhisattva's way of life, we can say, then you can have us, we can say, what do you call, smooth journey. Your journey must be very smooth to all the way to Buddhahood because you have bodhicitta. You can accumulate all kinds of merit very easily, very quickly, very swiftly. You no need to go through a lot of hardship. Which is better, generating bodhicitta for 1 hour and doing the long prostration 1 hour, which is better. Generating bodhicitta for 1 hour, doing the long prostration for 1 hour, which is better for you, doing bodhicitta. Because we learn from the chapter number 1. Let's say 1 month, doing the Vajrasattva retreat. 1 month retreat, Vajrasattva retreat, 1 month bodhicitta retreat, which is better. Of course, doing 1 month bodhicitta retreat is much, much better than the 1 month Vajrasattva practice. Here I thought I must clarify. Without generating bodhicitta, without having some understanding of emptiness, then if you do long 1 month Vajrasattva retreat, it cannot be that effective one. If you do Vajrasattva practice for 1 month with the bodhicitta, then it's become much better. Right? Much better. Okay, what I'm trying to say you today, you not just verbally say, yeah, bodhicitta is better than the 100% prostration. Practicing, generating bodhicitta is better than the 1 month, Vajrasattva practice. Yes, you can say, but you have to follow what you really believe. Clear? Wisdom. So now we open the actual chapter. So I thought we do some revision, alertness. Page number 35, stanza number 8. The Mighty One has said that all such things are working of negativity mind. Hence, within the three-wall sphere, there's nothing to fear other than my mind. You must memorize this stanza. That means all the sufferings which I don't want is come from where? It come from my mind. So mind is very powerful. It has such a big impact in our life. According to the Vajrayana, the higher Tantrayana teaching, the subtlest mind is the basis. Continuously living in samsara or free from samsara. The subtlest mind is the basis. If you are able to transform the subtlest mind as a path, you're going to be Buddha. Clear? Buddha. If you are not able to transform the subtlest mind as a path, always transform as a negative thoughts, then you are in samsara. Likewise, mind. If you always guide your mind toward positive side, if you always guide in a positive mind, gradually somehow you are slowly, moving towards Buddhahood. If you are not able to guide, turn your mind, that means you are always, we are always in samsara. Clear? So the guiding mind is very important. If you are able to guide, you can be happy person. If you are able to guide your mind, you can have a lot of inner peace. If you have a lot of inner peace, surely you have the external peace. If you're not able to guide your mind, you won't have an inner peace. Because a lot of negative thoughts can be aroused. If you don't have an inner peace, you should not think, I can have a peaceful life. I can have a kind of nice holiday. I cannot. Am I correct? So, guarding mind is so important because all the suffering we don't want is come from where? Come from mind. Whose mind? My own mind. The happiness which is we always seeking, which is always we want, is come from where? Come from mind, within my mind. Now, if you really believe, if you really understood, happiness is depends on me, suffering is depends on me, then since today, you need to stop, criticizing other. Oh, I'm not happy because of you. Oh, I'm not happy because of them. I'm not happy because my boss. Also, you should not say, oh, I'm so happy because of you. I'm so happy because of the Buddha. You should not say, I'm so happy because my mind. I'm not so happy because of my mind. Therefore, we need to believe since today, the happiness, the suffering, everything, it depends on my mind. The liberation, the Buddhahood, Bodhicitta, the great compassion, sixth perfection, everything is mind. Therefore, it's so important to, guide your minds. Now, stanza number 14. So we learn, generosity, ethical discipline. Number 14. Rest in all else, right? So, do you understand what has been generosity, perfection of generosity? It doesn't mean you have to give away everything. It doesn't mean the whole, the samsara is totally free from the hungriness, thirsty, right? No. What has been generosity means generally you must have a mind which is think I want to give everything away. I want to offer everything to someone. Finally, you need to learn non-attachment. Non-attachment with any of your belongings. Particularly, you need to learn non-attachment with people who live around you. So I tell you one story is happened in Singapore. There was I think some of you heard the story. There's a family. The mother very much really loved the son. She took care of the son until he finished the university. The son was very intelligent. After finished university, he got a good job. She very much loved the son. Really loved him. So he had a job. Then, so one day he didn't come back home. So the mother called his girlfriend. Is he come to your place? The girlfriend said no. Usually he goes only to come back to home or go to the girlfriend place. Either come to home or go to the girlfriend house. Then she was calling here, there, no answer, no result. Next morning, she ran to the office place. Then they realized the son was died in the toilet, sitting in the toilet bowl, just collect there. Since almost 10 years, she has a lot of emotional sufferings. She asked me, where is my son now? How can I answer? I'm not a Buddha. In order to feel her happy, I said, oh, your son was very nice man. He may be in the Pure Land. In order to just her feel happy, 100% sure I don't know anything about where his son is right now. Right? Then she said, oh, he says, yes, I want to go to Pure Land. I want to go to Pure Land means she want to commit suicide, want to go to see son. So as a monk, how should I answer? Where's my son? Is the hell? She feels so upset. Heaven, she wants to go. She was so suffering, cannot eat, cannot sleep. She was a little bit lost because the attachment. It doesn't mean we don't love each other. It doesn't mean you don't love your family and friends. You must without attachment. It is possible? Possible. But not easy. When you come to your relatives, when you come to your dearest one, normally without like attachment, I can take care someone who is not my friends and not my enemy. I can take care very well. Not attachment. Give a food, give a bird, food, things. When he pass away, I can just do simple prayer without having kind of sorrow. When it's come to your relatives, not easy. Somehow we have to learn non-attachment. That means generosity. What does mean? Perfection of ethical discipline. Remember, totally free from the harmings. If your mind able to totally free from harming, you should not have any kind of piece of harming mind. This means perfection of ethical discipline. Now it's come to the patience. Remember the analogy. If you don't have any, very light sense of hate, anger, anybody, then you can say this means practice of patience. Practice of perfection, practice of perfections. So first we need to learn generosity, non-attachment with anything. can give everything away. Second, should not have any sense of harming. Third, should not have any sense of hatred and anger. Then the fourth one, what? Joy, effort. Joy, effort. Clear? Joy, effort. What does it mean, joy, effort? When you practice Dharma, when you read Lamrim, when you read, other Dharma, do you feel happy? Do you feel happy? You feel so difficult. Wow, the book is so thick, right? Wow, I feel so sleepy. I feel so tired, right? So let's say when you're watching a movie for how many hours? 12, half. When we watch a movie, which is interesting, not the boring one. When you watch a movie, the interesting movie, you can fully absorb the movie without feeling thirsty, hungry, without missing anybody. Right? Can very much can focus on. That means you feel joy. When it's come to practice the Dharma, right? First, you don't have a sense of joyness. You don't feel happy to practice Lamrim. Yes, due to your karma, due to your advice by your teacher, you feel, I'm happy to practice Lamrim. I'm very happy to practice Bodhicitta. Yes, you have a joy. But you so difficult to have the continuous, the effort. First you cultivate a pure love, 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, slowly, when it's past like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, your effort become more loose and loose and loose. Then your effort is finished there because you are thinking something else, right? Something else. Like you're thinking about food, you're thinking about drink, you're thinking about your friends and you have so many thoughts. Many thoughts come when you practice Dharma. Therefore, we cannot get rid of everything. Cannot. Therefore, what you see here, restrain the mind, what would be need to restrain all else. Therefore, when is mind going while you are meditating or generating bodhicitta, suddenly your mind is thinking food, bring it back. Let focus on generating bodhicitta. Again, your mind is thinking, your friends, just you need to bring your mind back. You cannot say, friends go away, foods go away. Cannot, right? Therefore, you need to learn when some months go, you need to learn how to return it. Number 15, please read. Although the development of merely a clear state of concentration can resolve taking part in Brahmacharya, physical and verbal action cannot so resolve when it is to be weak mental conduct. Here first two line is mentioned, merely clear state of concentration, without really, talking about Dharma, without practicing bodhicitta, without practicing renunciation, just doing simple concentration without having distraction. 100%, the concentration, not having any distraction. The result can be where taking birth in Burma's realms. That means they are the formless, simple, without practicing, like Dharma, compassion, kindness, simple, fully concentrated mind can give you result to the Burman realms. You can born into the form beings. But second one, physical and vocal action cannot be resolved when by weak mental conduct. That means no matter how many times you recite a mantra, no matter how many how many years you do Dharma practice, without, concentration, the result cannot be that great. So what we have to learn from this sentence, whatever I practice, any dharma, recitation, chanting, prostration, making offering, mandala offering, you always do with the concentration. Clear? With the concentration, mindfulness, alertness. For example, when you offer, when you do the light offering, I said, the last class, when you do the light offering, yes, you hold the light in your hand. The light is in your hand. Your mind is not here. Your mind is going everywhere, wandering everywhere. That means no concentration. So, how we should practice offering light with the concentration means you hold the light. You have to see the light in your hand. At the same time, you need to visualize. You need to have to see that the Buddhas very clearly from you. At the same time, make sure you have a very pure motivation. When you offer the light with a very concentrated mind. Right? Another, sometimes I feel very kind of funny, right? Sometimes we offer the light, it not cost like $5 or $10, $20, right? When you offer light, you remember, I spent a lot of money. $20, why so expensive, right? There's no faith, there's no concentration, there's no sense of rejoice, you have a sense of stingy. That means no concentration, simple light offering. It's okay, it costs like $2, $5, $10, more expensive maybe like a few $100. Look at how many flowers we offer here. Second floors here, it costs few $1,000s. Also, people put a lot of effort to set up the flower. So, what do you think? Offering, after we offer the flower, what do you think? Can we accumulate great merit? Can we or we cannot accumulate merit? We don't know. I say we don't know because who donate money for the light offering or flower offering? I don't think average people has this kind of pure motivation. I don't think the person have a sense of kind of dedication, rejoice. When you see the notification, right? TBC sending, we do the light offering, you feel right? You feel You don't feel so happy to receive the message. Do you feel? Be honest, tell me the truth. Feel happy? Too much. ABC asking me, TB asking me, Tibetan Chun asking me, asking, all the center asking you become crazy. But still, you thought, okay, just donate money because I want the TBC people happy. I want the center people happy. You never think I need to do for my own benefit. That another is very funny as a samsari being. Somebody send you the link. The Crown Stadium have a very big kind of the events. Very famous singer coming. What do you feel? You're so happy. You're happy to buy the tickets. Somebody posts you. One of the Rinpoche is coming to Marina Bay doing this puja. Do you feel happy? No, because I'm not saying it's your problem because we have the kind of bad habits, right? Therefore, the concentration is so important. You must have a pure motivation while you are practicing anything, light offering. You must have a 100% concentration. The concentration we can have if we are able to, restrain our mind with everything. This is a joy effort. Concentration. Number 16. The knower of the reality has said, even the recitation, physical hardship are practiced for a long period of time. They will be meaningless if the mind is distracted elsewhere. Also, you try to memorize this one. If you cannot memorize, you simply think all practice I'm doing I must do with the mindfulness, with the concentration. Right? So now you can reflect. You can think about when you do like 10 minutes like a recitation. Can you without having any distraction, can you focus on your practice for 10 minutes? Can. Yeah, can or cannot. Of course, there can be, some reason I don't know, right? Can possible or it is possible, it's very difficult. But somehow you have to think, you have to remember without mindfulness, without alertness, without concentration, if I do all the practices, it's going to be like kind of meaningful, so meaningless. What does mean? The result cannot be that, great. Therefore, this sentence, what we have to learn, the duration is not important. You do 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 year. The duration is not important. The actual practice is very important. But the complete practice. For example, when you do prostration, right? First, folded your hands. Then, if there's a holy object, object is there, but in your mind, you have to, see the object is very clearly. Like if you do prostration at the Bodh Gaya, right? From here, you can do prostration to the Bodh Gaya, the Buddha. You have to remember very clearly the Buddha with the concentration. Then, why are you reciting the verses? I prostrate to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Your mind have to follow the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and do prostration without having any distraction. Then the prostration can be very complete. No matter 1 time, 2 times, 100 times, the number is not important. The complete set of the prostration is very important. Then you can think, oh, I have done good prostration. But what we do, we are very much happy with the number. I remember very vividly, we have done one Yamantaka retreat in the village country resort. There's no more there, already removed. Who have finished the number, who hit the number, they're showing, I have done, why are you so lazy? Why are you so slowly? They're not verbally saying, I can see their action. Right? We should not be like that. So number 17, therefore here, right, we thought mind is distracted elsewhere. Please remember. So number 17, read. Find happiness and overcome misery, will wander with no end, no meaning. If they do not accomplish the secret of the mind, the paramount significance of Dharma. So look here, even though those who wish to find happiness, overcome misery, will wander with no aim, no meaning, if they do not comprehend what? The secret of the mind. So the secret of the mind can have, There are many meanings. First, without understand guarding the mind. Guarding the mind. Guarding mind is kind of, the secret of the mind. Means if you guard your mind, you can have a happiness. Right? If you cannot guide your mind, you have a sufferings. It's also guarding mind is kind of very secret. Means very important. One meaning. Second meaning, the secret of the mind. Also, if you compare mind with the other any phenomena, other phenomena, you cannot compare. The mind has the power, potential to bring you to Buddhahood, always bring you, remain in the samsara. The mind has the potential. The potential of mind is also, you can say, the secret of the mind. That means if you know the mind is the everything, happiness again is come to the mind. Suffering also come to the mind. Six perfection again mind. Bodhicitta again mind. Now you can see the mind has such very important power. This is meaning number 3. The number 4, the nature or emptiness of the mind. Emptiness of the mind, because you're talking about the wisdom, right? Wisdom. I always explain you, or you always heard many times, meditate on emptiness, right? Meditate on emptiness. There also you hear the non-duality. Non-duality. When the master asks you to meditate on emptiness, first, yes, you need to meditate on emptiness of the external phenomena. For example, I said in the past, first you need to learn emptiness based on the external phenomena, like a flower, like a pot. So when your mind is very close to understand your emptiness based on the cup, then slowly you're going to realize emptiness of the cup. The second, immediately you need to use the experience or understand the emptiness of the cup based on your mind. Clear? Is your mind. That means second important one, you need to realize emptiness of the mind. After realizing emptiness of the mind, when you meditate on emptiness based on mind, then there can be non-dual. Because the mind is meditator, the mind is meditating on what? Emptiness of the mind. That means the mind is meditating on the emptiness of the mind. Then that time there's no two. The meditator is the mind. The meditative, the mind is the mind. The mind is meditating on the emptiness of the mind. Then non-dual. Therefore, third, the fine meaning is secret of mind means emptiness of the mind. Number 18. This being so, I shall hold and guide my mind well. Without the discipline of guarding the mind, what use are many other discipline? Discipline refer to the practice. I shall hold and guide my mind well. Without discipline, the guide of the mind, what use many of other discipline? That means we must do all kinds of dharma practice with the guarding the mind. Without guarding mind, then what use are many other discipline practice? So again, if you can, please memorize this sentence. If you cannot, at least you need to know The guarding mind is very important. Without guarding mind, other practice cannot be that powerful, cannot be useful to achieve liberation, achieve Buddhahood, free from suffering. Right? The conclusion here, kind of everything depends on guiding your mind. Right? How we can say, how I can say, how we believe, can believe everything is, guarding our mind. Very simple. So many problems we have, yeah, physical problem, mental problem, relationship problem, or financial problems. Most of problem is come without guarding our mind. If you, many years ago, right, like 20 years ago, if you able to learn, how to guide our mind, our life is already very different. Physically, you are healthy, mentally, you are happy, your Dharma practice have a big progress. Unfortunately, we attend many teachings, we learn Dharma, mostly we learn in all the kind of the fancy kind of practice. So look at it as a guide. Then, number 22, chant. It is better to be without wealth, honor, body, and livelihood. It is better to let other virtues dedication, rather than ever let the virtue of the mind decline. Again, is look at Chandideva said, it is better to be without wealth. I'm okay without wealth, but I'm not going to decline my mind, the garden mind. It is okay. I don't have a honor. I don't have a like a body. I don't have a livelihood. But I'm not going to decline the guiding mind, the mind which is guided by the mind. Better to let other virtues deteriorate. Means, let's say, one day you have to do sadhana. Every day you have a commitment to, I have done sadhana every day. You have a commitment, right? Also, you have a commitment to generating bodhicitta. Somehow you are so busy, whole day, whole evening is come to like 12:50. You have how many minutes? You have only 10 minutes. 12:50, right? 12:50 midnight. You have only 10 minutes. The next day you start it. For the 10 minutes, you have two options. Generating bodhicitta for 10 minutes, or within 10 minutes you're going to finish the sadhana. Which one are you going to choose? Tell me. Which one are you going to choose? You choose the complete sadhana, or you choose the practicing bodhicitta? Which one? Which one are you going to choose? Huh? Bodhicitta. Okay. Sadhana? Yes, I know. You're going to say, which I can understand. You think, if I don't do the sadhana, I'm going to break the samaya. You skip, right? Because the Guru said, you must do the sadhana every day, otherwise you're going to break the samaya. Then what happened? You're going to born in the hell. You skip. Now Shantideva said, deteriorate, any other virtues, but don't decline your bodhicitta. If you are very wise, if you are very intelligent, you must think it's okay. I don't have the time to do the sadhana. I will generate bodhicitta for 10 minutes. Then you no need to worry about the breaking samaya. Breaking samaya, you accumulate a negative karma. Practicing bodhicitta can clear the negative karma. Right? That means you are very wise. Choose the practicing bodhicitta instead of doing the sadhana. They also here very clearly said, rather than never to let the mind decline. The mind decline has a different meaning. One, You should not never ever decline the guiding mind. Always guide your mind. Particularly, never let ever to the let let the virtues refer to the bodhicitta, right? Because bodhicitta is the one wing, wisdom is the another wing. If you choose, let bodhicittas decline, mean you choosing, it's okay, break my one wing. No. Therefore, you have to be very wise. You have to know which is you have to choose to practice. Number 23. Oh, who wish to guide your mind, I beseech you with folded hands. Always accept yourself to guide mindfulness alertness. That now, Shantideva, looking at you, Shantideva, I beseech you with folded hands. Always accept yourself to the guide mindfulness alertness. How do you feel? You feel scared? Because Shantideva was in front of you. He was folding his hand, looking at you, say, please, please, guide your mind with the mindfulness, alertness. You don't feel scared, right? Shindeva is not here, you cannot see him. Right? Now you can imagine you are in front of the Dalai Lama. Many of you, disciple of Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama sings, please, please, guide your mind with the mindfulness, alertness. How do you feel? You feel scared. He's still, present with us. So, after you hear these verses, you must think it's very important to guide mind, how we should guide our mind with the mindfulness, alertness. Yes, it's still not so clear how we can, practice our practice with the mindfulness, alertness. I give you example, simple example, right? For example, you need, let's say I ask you to recite, Om Mani Padme Hum, the mantra for 10 times, for example. Then, yes, I ask you to visualize out of the Shora in front of you. You just imagine the Buddha is here. Then you hold the mala, there's Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme. Yes, in your mind, you have to see the Buddha very clearly. That's clearly. That means it's a concentration. Then you say Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think we are okay. Then 7, 8, the visualization become very blurred. That's still okay if you're able to see a little bit, not so clearly. Many of cannot see anymore. You can see the wall things. That means your mind is already be distracted because we don't have a mindfulness. Please should not mix up concentration and mindfulness. Concentration is the kind of, the mind, the principal mind, which is focused on visualization of Buddha. The mindfulness is the kind of, the friend with the concentration. Mean the mindfulness always need to remember, now my mind is visualizing our own Shora. The mindfulness pushing the mind to continuously remember. If the mindfulness declined, what happened? Then your concentrative mind going to be declined. Because someone is next to you, and say, watch the flower first. Continuously the person saying, continuously watch the flower, watch the flower, watch the flower, then you can watch. Mindfulness is like another component or friend with you, remind you are now meditating or concentrating on the Buddha, mindfulness. When the mindfulness decline, so the concentrative mind decline because mindfulness has gone. When the mindfulness has gone, the alertness must realize the mindfulness is already declined or going to decline, alertness. Therefore, if you do meditation every day, I know some of my friends say, every day I do meditation for 10-15 minutes, which is very good. I give you a thumbs up. But make sure you are meditative, while you are doing meditation, three things. Mind fully focus on the chosen object, no matter impermanence, emptiness, bodhicitta, fully focus on the chosen object. The mindfulness always reminds the mind you are meditating on the chosen object. The alertness has the responsibility to aware the mindfulness has gone. The concentration mind is already declined. So we remember with the three things. Now next, I think the analogy is quite clear, right? 24. Please read. People who are disturbed by sickness have no strength to do anything useful. Likewise, those whose minds are disturbed by confusion, no strength to do any wholesome. Right? Therefore, we are like a sick person. We are very unhealthy person. Our mind is very sick, very unhealthy person. Our mind doesn't have the strength to do the useful because our mind is disturbed by the confusion. Confusion refers to the negative thoughts. Particularly, confusion is disturbed by the, not having the mindfulness, not having the alertness. So in order to have a, powerful practice, when the practice becomes powerful or not is very much depend on the mindfulness and alertness. Now we just go to the stanza number 3. So how we should, uh, practice mindfulness and alertness? How we should practice can be two conditions. One is the external condition. Second is the internal condition. So please read this. Okay, no, 29. We read this one. Stanza 29.
Therefore, I shall never let mindfulness depart from the
Doorway of my mind. If it is go, I shall recall the misery of the Lord Ram. Prem Niriyata fell in the air. So the analogy, right? From the doorway of my mind. I shall never let mindfulness depart from the doorway of my mind. So here you need to know that the analogy, the example. Let's say the mind is like a house, like a room. Mind is like a room. The mindfulness is the kind of object in your room. That the alertness is kind of like a guide, guarding just next to the door of the mind. Because the mindfulness, alertness, the concentrated mind three goes together, must be together. We thought actually, okay, now let's say everybody, generating bodhicitta, means your mind is transformed as a bodhicitta. The mindfulness must be within the mind. That mindfulness next to the mind or in the mind. Then alertness is just, sit next to the doorway of the mind. The doorway of the mind. When the mindfulness get out from the mind, alertness must realize that the mind is like a house. The mindfulness is a kind of object in the house. Alertness is like a what? Guide holding a knife or holding a gun in the doorway of the mind. When the mindfulness come in, stop, put back. Again, slowly the mindfulness it come out, mean the mindfulness is disturbed, alertness must realize. Yes. Therefore, door was the mean doorway. Therefore, one of the I told you the story, very famous, robber like thief in Tibet, Bang or Yel. He was very scary kind of robber thief. Right? Remember the story? So now during the day he ran hide in the mountain. Evening and night he came to the village. One night then he met a person on the road, an old lady. She saw a person. She thought he may be the Ben Koyal. He asked, "Are you Ben Koyal?" He said, "Yes, I am." Then what happened? The lady is become what you call unconscious, fainted. She was so scared and she was fainted. Then the Ben Koyal, the Tibetan man, realized how bad person he is. He thought, all the villager really scared me. I'm a very bad person. Since he stopped, stealing or robbing things, then he became very, good practitioner. Then, one day he's staying in the family house. Then he has a kind of sense of attachment with the object. The right hand is moving towards the object, right? He want to steal. Then what happened? The left hand hold the right hand. He shouted, "Benkoya is stealing something." That means he realized the attachment arise based on alertness. He stopped right there. So we have to be like that. Can we do? Can we? Yes, very easy to say, right? Say, now you are so hungry. For example, you are so hungry, then some of the food is usually not so stable for you, for your body. But the food looks so tasty, so delicious. But the food is not good for your health. Can you stop eating the food? Can, right? If you're very serious, you can. Most of we cannot. You say, what do you say? Sometimes okay. Once a while, okay. We try today, sometime, right? Tomorrow again, or you say, sometimes it's okay, not all the time. Right? Therefore, we cannot really stop our minds thoughts there because things, without seeing something, actual seeing is very different, right? So this here, depart. I shall never let mindfulness depart from the doorway of my mind. If it is go, I should recall the misery of the lower realms and firmly re-establish in there. Now, I said how we should, learn, practice mindfulness and alertness. There can be two conditions. One is the external condition, second is the inner condition. Within the two, the most important is the inner condition. Please read Tasnada number 30. Through staying in this company of spiritual master, through the instruction of the abode and thought fair, mindfulness will easily be generated in fortunate people who practice with respect. This is talking about the external condition. Through staying in the company of spiritual master, you can learn mindfulness and alertness. Through instruction of the teacher, the teacher, you can learn mindfulness, alertness. Also through the fear about born into lower realms, taking rebirth in the help realms. Also, you can learn mindfulness alertness will easily be generated. The fortunate people who practice with the respect, right? Yes, simply we can think, oh, if I always with my guru, my practice can be very different. What do you think? Do you believe? In a way, yes. It very much depends on the spirit, the guru also very much depend on you. I'm not sure if you stay with your guru for 12 months, you're going to be a very good practitioner or you're going to be a very angry person. We really don't know, right? Therefore, generally speaking, stay in the company of spiritual master. Yes, you will learn, you're going to generate mindfulness easily. Or through instruction of your teacher, you can establish or generate the mindfulness. Through a sense of fear, also you can. It depends on, the you also very much depend on the spiritual master. What we Tibetans say, we saying you can receive better blessing if you stay far away the guru. You can receive better blessing if you keep distant with the guru. You always with the guru, always live together, eat together, sit same place. Slowly, what you can see the fallacy or problem with the master. So therefore, it's better to keep distant with the guru. All gurus are not Buddha and Bodhisattva, right? Unfortunately, what happened? Some of our TBC exco, I think it's maybe around 2006, 7, 8. I don't know. I don't know exact the year. They met a lama. They were so happy with the lama. They accept the lama was their guru and teacher. Slowly, that is, this student instead of learning dharma, they learn drinking alcohol. The guru asked buy the expensive wine. Every live together in the like a center. Everybody enjoying the wine and alcohol. Also, think about before you accept someone as your guru. I'm not your guru. Okay, I'm not guru any of you. I'm your teacher. You can say my teacher. You should not say I'm your guru. You really have to think about before you accepting someone as your guru. You need to know the qualification. Also related to this kind of story, I'm not going to mention the name. There's a center in Singapore, Buddhist center, Tibetan Buddhist center. Tibetan Buddhist doesn't mean this one, who teach the Tibetan things. First time when the student come to the center, almost everyone vegetarian. Vegetarian. Maybe for you, vegetarian means someone take chicken and pork, not beef and mutton, also considered as vegetarian. Somehow, most of them pure vegetarian, which is very good, right? The center monk, most of them cook non-veg food, cook momo, made momo. Then slowly the student who come to the center, they try bit by bit. Finally, everybody become non-vegetarian. Now what you have to think, without choosing the qualified teacher, if you rely on the teacher, instead of learning the good thing, you're going to learn bad things. Likewise, before you go to the center, continuously, you need to get some kind of information. The center is good or not. What the center teaching? What kind of teaching they teach? Otherwise, many of you are vegetarian. You're going to be non-veg. Some are going to be learn how to drink a lot of alcohol. But it doesn't mean if you stay with the teacher, you can be changed totally. Cannot. Do you remember the younger brother of the Buddha Shakyamuni? What is his name? Huh? Dev? Or Devadatta. They were born almost, 2, 3 years different. They let's say born together, they grow up together, they study together. The Devadatta never ever can be changed living with the Buddha. Even after Buddha became a Buddha, he was with him. He cannot see the good quality, always see the bad qualities. He want to kill Buddha. He with him for many, many years. It doesn't mean if you stay with your guru for few months, few years, you should know that it can be changed. Changing can become if you put effort, right? Also instruction, right? Through the instruction of God. Then next one, 31. This is the external condition. Yeah, if you stay with your gurus, if you always read the instruction of the board, if you always generate a sense of fear of samsara, lower realms, you can easily generate it mindfulness, external condition. The 31. In the presence of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, who are always with that vision. This is the internal condition. Right? I am ever dwelling in the presence of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who are always endowed with unobscured vision. So this internal condition, if you are able to believe, right? Right now we are in the Tibetan Buddhist Center. On my right side, how many, like Manjushri, Tara, then Medicine Buddha, Amithayu, then Zambala. Left side, you can see all the 7 Nalanda masters everywhere. In front, all the Buddhas, right? What are they? You can say, oh, Buddha statue, painting. This we generally believe. Because most of the time, I'm staying Tibetan Buddhist. If I just think, oh, these are the statue, made of, like what you call bronze, or these are the painting. This is just, object. I don't have a sense of respect. I don't have a sense of fear. When you see the Dalai Lama's picture, oh, this is the picture of Dalai Lama. This is the medicine Buddha Thanga. This is the painting. I won't have enough sense of respect, sense of fear. If I am able to believe these are the real Buddhas, those are the real Bodhisattvas, this is the real Dalai Lama, when I enter the TVs, I have a great respect, right? If I am able to believe, these are the real Buddha Bodhisattva, when I do like negative action, I will think about doing negativity, I skip. Right? Therefore, what we have to believe, I am always in the center of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Whatever I think, they cannot see it. Whatever I do, they can see me. Then automatically you're going to be a very disciplined person. Right? Therefore, this is very easily you can establish the mindfulness, alertness, particularly you're going to remember the triple gem. Also, this is important, if you always believe you are middle of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas who has what you call the obstructed vision. Then, even though while you are dying, while we are living this world, you still remember, I'm in the middle of all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. The 100% next life we can take a good rebirth. It is a internal condition. Number 32. Thinking this way, I shall mindfully develop sense of shame, respect, and fear. Also, through doing this, recollection of Buddha will repeatedly occur. This is not explained. 33. When mindfulness is set with the purpose of generating the doorway of the mind, then alertness will come aboard. Even the which had gone will return. Yeah. So in order to do the proper, the right, the correct meditation, concentration, we really need to put a lot of effort to have a mindfulness. Mindfulness. Always need to learn mindfulness. Learning mindfulness means actually you are learning about concentration. Learning mindfulness means you are learning how to have a good alertness. When mindfulness is set with the purpose of uh, guarding the doorway of mind, then alertness will come aboard, and even the which had gone will return. So now you can see these are very important, very useful for learning, how to establish mindfulness. Then next, 34, 35, rest of the most of the stanza are teaching how to check our mind. While you are sitting, you have to check how what is my sitting posture. So before you say verbally to someone, also you need to check your mind. You have to check what you are thinking. If you always checking with your mind, you always checking about your mind, then we going to understand very easily, what I'm thinking is positive or negative. When you realize my thinking is a negative, immediately you can restrain. When you realize my thinking is a positive, you continuously, without decline the positive mind, you continuously generate, maintain for long time. Therefore, learning mindfulness, alertness is so important. So you must have a few days before the Chinese New Year, you do some reflection about your study, about your practice, about your progression, about your experience, right? Okay, so we can stop here. So this is the last class of the whole year, which is the snake, right? Snake years. The horse year is going to be start very soon. I said many times the year can be good or bad, positive or negative, can be successful or unsuccessful. It is very much depend on whom, depend on you, depend on your mind. If you are able to guide, able to control your mind, everything goes upside down. You are still okay. You never feel upset. You never feel sadness. You're not going to be cry. It depends on you are guarding your minds. So since today everybody put enough effort to always guide your minds. Also guarding mind is not easy. I give you very simple a funny example, okay? It's very funny also. I can feel it's not easy. Most of the morning I stay behind TBC because it's a very fresh, cooling air. I sit on the chair and reading books. Someday I take a rest, look around. Someday I try to focus reading books. I can hear someone is going, moving next to me, right? I think I should watch or should not watch, right? Sometimes, yes, you can focus, not looking who is going, coming. Sometimes you cannot. You really think I must watch. When you watch, then what happens? When you watch someone, you are not watching the simple person coming, going. Oh, this person is so fatty. This person is so slim. This person is so ugly. We have all kinds of thoughts come up. We cannot not able to see the simple person. You always add external quality or we minus the quality. This means you are generating attachment or you are generating hatred or anger. Therefore, guarding mind is not easy. That's my experience. Okay. So I really wish you all the best for the Chinese New Year. Also, at the same time, Tibetan Buddhist Center only depend on contribution and donation. Therefore, so many of you and your friends and family, always make a contribution to Tibetan Buddhist Center continuously can exist. Also, today we going to dedicate the merit to benefit of sentient being, particularly all the donor and supporter who are survived or already passed away. Therefore, first we dedicate the merit to able to practice bodhicitta with the mindfulness and alertness. Second, we going to dedicate the merit or we committed for whole 1 year to benefit all sentient beings, particularly all the donor and supporter, particularly all the volunteer who always come to TBC to do the works. Last, we dedicate the merit to live long life all the lineage guru, particularly His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, and dedicate the merit for world peace. The general world is peace, then Asian can be peace. If Asian can be peace, then Singapore can be a very peaceful country. And thank you so much thank you and appreciate continuous attend the class. I wish you all the best for the new year and enjoy your holiday. Thank you.